It's Monday, fun day. That means it's time for Uncuffed, all the society and culture news so that you don't sound like an ignoramus out there on the streets. We're breaking all down the Hollywood news, the Hollywood news, everything that's going on. And listen, some of you are like, what do I need to know about Hollywood news? How does that apply to me as a first responder? Well, I'll tell you what, dude, you ever had somebody sitting on the curb while you're waiting for a canine cop to show up? Maybe you can break the ice. Talk about Killer Mike. Maybe we can talk about Whoopi Goldberg. Maybe we talk things that actually relate to the folks that you might be arresting. Marilyn Manson. Maybe we can talk a little bit about a porn star getting kicked out of a Matt Rife show. Gives you something else to talk about other than, dead babies and domestic violence. All this and more brought to you by ghostbed.com/Wolfpack and Factor Meals /Wolfpack50. Hit it, Joshua.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on
Sunday. This is
Sunday.
about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Guns up, giddy up. Starting to stack up in the live chats. We appreciate all of you. Detzloff, Ackman Carey dropping $10 before the show even started. David J loading in here. Falconator, Loren. Good evening, everybody. Listen, Filler Stop, the network, we bought, $400 worth of these stupid podcast arms. That didn't work. That didn't work for Margaret. So then we got her a little single stand. That didn't work for Margaret. So I went out and with my own money, my own personal money, I bought you a new mic stand. There you go.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Maybe that one will work.
This is my mic stand.
You will be strong tonight.
Yes.
You're going to get real strong.
Right here.
She done held a mic like that
right
before.
Sure have.
She done talked into the mic before.
Listen, I got a haircut today. I'm not proud of it. That's why I'm wearing a hat tonight. I'm not proud of my haircut. Got my haircut by.
Off, man. Let's see it.
It's bad. It's not good.
I could have did better than that.
Yeah, you could have.
I mean, ain't that what a mullet is? Trim off the side and let it.
Yeah, but I mean, she trimmed the back and everything. I don't know. I don't like this haircut.
A handicap mohawk.
Yeah, that's what it is. A handicap mohawk. So it looks. I wish
you should be able to get a sign at DMV when you go driving. Or you pull up and they be like, "What's wrong with you?" You take your head up and like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry, sir."
Yeah, I go to get on the bus and they're like, "You can sit up front, sir."
You made that noise like you would have had a helmet on or something.
So let me ask you this. Now, so I heard you say that you tipped the well and everything. You was nice. You did not get the service you wanted.
Well,
and it didn't turn out right. You still tipped her?
If I get a good haircut, I tip 10. If I get a sorry haircut, I tip $5. $20.
So you paid. You said 28.
20.
20. So you paid $30.
Not for this one. I paid 25 for this one because I only tipped her 5
for a bad cut.
Yeah,
10,
10 for a good one. Yeah, 10 for a good one. So this one wasn't all that great, but she asked a lot about this podcast, so she had known all about it.
She recognized.
And,
Are you on tonight?
And I told her that Margaret was the religious comedian, and
it was a female who cut you.
Yeah, it was a female. Yeah,
boy.
No, black. Yeah, black female.
Because you would think a white female would know how to cut
in Johnston County.
Hair.
In Johnston County.
Where's that at?
We're in Johnston County.
I'm sorry. Where's the place you got your? Where is the place you got your haircut?
Well, I don't want to say that because I don't want to shit on
what town.
I don't want to shit on it
because it might have been my sister.
Clayton. Could have been your sister.
I know where you at because I take my uncles because they, I told you I come from.
I usually get good haircuts there. I usually get good haircuts there.
They pretty good.
Oh, we got a lot to cover tonight, folks. We got a lot to cover tonight with this bad haircut. First of all, we got to dive into this whole Killer Mike escapade. Killer Mike getting arrested at the Grammys after getting 3 Grammys. Before we jump into the politics of the whole thing, 3 Grammys that's his first in 20 years, correct? Something like that?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Killer Mike has been more more vocal than his rapping lately.
Yeah, lately, but I'm talking about he's been rapping
past, forever. He's been doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, he used to be a drug dealer in his 20s. Early, he used to be a drug dealer,
he said that
and then he said he came. He came, and he even said in my 20s I sold drugs. He said, when I got into the rap game, I laid the drugs down, started rapping. And then he said, now at 45, I can appreciate how far I've come and grown and stuff. So it's basically like he's giving his testimony, but you know how anything, you start opening up, telling your past, it's going to come back to gate.
Yeah, it can get you. I saw a preacher was preaching, and he was talking about how he used to be, like run the streets and stuff. And it was like him and this guy went there to rob this motel. And make a long story short, somebody got killed. And they started digging in that stuff. They locked him up. And it was 20 years ago, but he didn't know the person died. He didn't know, he thought he shot somebody, but that person died. They made him, they came and got him. He had to pull time for what he did way back then. He didn't realize somebody died.
That's why them rappers, be glorifying, why, if you pull up music, how many country singers have you seen talk about
they got a field full
crime?
Of
Right. I got moonshine brewing in the backyard. And you don't see the FBI. You don't see them going cracking their heads and getting those steals. But as soon as the dude talk about he shot somebody in the ass 10 years ago, they're gonna open that case. So we're up.
But I mean, killing somebody and moonshining.
Well, I'm just saying.
Different.
Well, say the guy.
But here's the thing too: is like, why do we celebrate all this music? Why is rap so obsessed with writing about all the violence that they create?
Well, it's like this.
It wasn't like that in the beginning.
I have a cousin.
Oh, you got nothing else to rap about?
I have a cousin who raps.
Yeah.
He's a rap artist.
Right.
Well, he
what do you call him? Little Cuz?
He had some kind of bullshit name that I was like, what? Why you call yourself that? And then I said, you got anything? Let me hear. I know some people in the rap game and blah, blah, blah. So, let me see how you do. And he put some stuff on. And first of all, the music was already beats I've already heard. Okay. So basically he was rapping over established beats, and his lyrics, I'm looking at him like, it's not believable. Your lyrics are not believable because I know you and you're not like that. I know you didn't grow up like that. You grew up in the church, first of all. You used to play drums in the church, okay? Your mom was a singer. Your dad
he's hard, bro.
Is a musician. So you're not convincing me. I can't look at you and sit here and you tell me you a thug, nigga, and you do this and you do that and you shoot out. I don't believe it. Right. So if I don't believe it, how you gonna fool the other people? Because you best believe Google, they're gonna Google you and find out your ass went to school and then right. Had you up in there, testifying and praying, and I'm like, who is he? He's supposed to be Ghostface Killer. He in there catching the Holy Ghost, stuff like that.
So for those of you who don't know, Killer Mike was arrested after he gets 3 Grammys. Crushes the Grammys, grabs 3 Grammys on his way out. And then as soon as the ceremony's over at the Grammys, he's put into handcuff and escorted out of the building by the LAPD for what I've read is a citizen's arrest by a security guard that he pushed past, and allegedly this security guard falls down. Now, I've looked at the videotape that's been released. I didn't see. Did you see? I saw you. I didn't see anybody fall down. It really looked like a very kind of just like par for course kind of scuffle with a security guard and a celebrity. We see these all the time. I mean, didn't somebody run up to Britney Spears and get spear tackled not too long, or somebody tackled Britney Spears not too long ago? A security guard, she was trying to approach somebody.
Now see that I seen the videos on that. She didn't get tackled. They slapped the shit out of her hand.
Yeah,
she reached up because the dude was a.
But there was no charges were pressed, right?
No charges was pressed or nothing. But see, she came up and he didn't even look back because his security told him to stay forward, keep pushing on. Because
now you and I have worked some we've worked Wu-Tang Clan. You and I worked David Allen Coe. We worked some big bands, and there's been some nefarious activity going on backstage. A little marijuana here and there. Sometimes a little scuffle inside the building. I mean, listen, you and I have worked some really big fights in that building. We didn't arrest anybody. So it's very strange that there's an arrest made in Los Angeles by the LAPD on a celebrity who just got 3 Grammy Awards for a very basic misdemeanor when we just came off of a Will Smith fucking public assault that's clearly an assault.
But I'm going to tell you the difference between the two. You're not the first one that said, well, Will Smith slapped the shit out of somebody and they get arrested. I said this, I was thinking the same thing at first, but then I thought about it. The difference is when it happened, the police that was there on scene that saw it just like everybody else, first thing they were gonna do is, I don't want to be that asshole to have to arrest Will Smith. That's the first thing thinking of their mind. Second was like, okay, let's go to the victim and see if he want to press charges. Chris Rock did not want to press any charges, therefore they.
So you think this security guard at the Grammys that tried to stop him from doing whatever wants to press charges?
He Killer Mike is not Jay-Z. If it was Jay-Z or somebody like that, he probably wouldn't charge.
How many Grammys did Jay-Z get?
He got, what was it?
Last night?
Yes.
I know he got one. I know I saw one of his speeches.
Lifetime achievement.
Yeah, but he didn't get Grammy. He didn't get anything this year.
He has the most Grammys out of all the rappers.
I know, but he didn't get any. He didn't get any last night.
No, but he was honored. He had he had a big ass speech that.
Yeah, he did. Which, you know, and his speech was a little bit like, you know, that to me is very juvenile.
Yeah.
That to me is very like, and maybe they need it because the ratings for the Grammys are so fucking terrible right now. Like, definitely not what they have been. But with all of this talk on Killer Mike, there's a conspiracy going on. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
So
I already know what you're going to say.
He's been going on several shows. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast. Okay. If you don't turn the flashlight off on your phone,
that's why I gave it to you.
Give it to me. Give me your phone.
I got it. I'm getting older this year. Just a month.
There it is. So
you have to be able to work two hands. I know you can work both hands at the same time.
At the same time?
At the same time.
There she's got her hand on both mics.
Thank you for the confidence. Jesus, help him, Lord. Help him, Lord.
By the way, Jay-Z has 24, by the way, 24 Grammys, but he didn't get any last night, but he did get like a Lifetime Achievement Award. Yeah, I got it. But it's Sean in the chat says Tom Segura had beef with somebody at TGI Fridays last year. So anyway, going back to this conspiracy theory with Killer Mike, he's been on a bunch of shows, Joe Rogan and everything like that, and it's basically like he is coming out as conservative. However, he has not said it. If anything, what I've heard from him, he sounds more libertarian than anything, just to be very honest with you, from my opinion on it. But 2 nights ago, the night before this incident, he goes on Bill Maher's show. Now, Josh, can you play this clip from Bill Maher's show? I know the one that the Killer Mike one from Bill Maher's show.
Feelings on the election coming up. I mean, Biden and Trump. Are you as depressed about that as most people as a choice?
My feeling is pick your policy, not your person. Find out. This is not the Dallas Cowboys versus your favorite team. This is the policies that will affect our generations for the next 20, 30, 40 years to come. So close your eyes, listen to the policies that are being pushed, and pay attention even to the people who don't have a chance of winning, because they're going to say policies you may want to push. And I would say do that, but make it policy based.
So that means you're for.
That means I'm for black people and happy Black History Month.
But you're not saying one candidate over the other?
Hey man, my nigga, you ain't gonna get me in no trouble tonight.
No, that's your job with me, to get me in trouble.
My grandfather gave me some stellar advice sometimes. He said, son, sometimes you just got to know to stay out of white folks' business. And this time, I'm going to keep my mouth closed. I still like the policy that the old man had that I was supporting. I would encourage people to find who's supporting that policy and see what happens.
But you can't get yourself to say vote for Biden over Trump?
You want me to list it now? So now
I'm just saying that.
Can he get himself to apologize for the crime bill? Can he get himself to get his head out of his ass and say, black people, you are black regardless. I need you to tell me what I need to do. Can he pick a coalition of former people who are affected by drug laws, street gangs, recidivism and crime, and say, I need you as a board to advise me how to fix federal prisons? If he can do that, absolutely I can. So my challenge is out there.
All right.
So that happened, and he got massive backlash on Twitter and X for it. But basically, and I've said that for the whole time. Like, one, I lost Biden as a white dude. If you said, like, if you don't vote for Trump, then you ain't really black, are you? Like, I can't think of a more disrespectful thing to say publicly. Like, that to me is insanity. But his crime bill, the whole 9 yards. But what I caught from this right here, Bill Maher, the night before he's going up to get his Grammys, and the beginning of this interview, he's talking about what a great moment this is for him. Did he bring him on his show just to make him endorse somebody?
Because Killer Mike for those who know him, he talks sense. He have good sense. His raps are good, are decent, and all this, and he is active in that political, in the talks and stuff. So I get his voice would be pretty, he would have a lot of followers that would agree with him. So I guess, with Murr doing what he was doing, he was trying to, it sounded like you said, it was like, go ahead and say it. Say it.
Well, really what I caught from him was he was probably more of like an RFK Jr. fan, because he was like, even if that person may not win and you might want to still vote for him, I'm thinking that he was talking about RFK Jr. In that sense, which is an independent, an independent voter. And he's kind of alluded, but like, when he was on the Joe Rogan show, like he was very much about like conservative values. He's pro-gun. He voted for a Republican governor or Republican, I can't remember who it was, out of Georgia when they were running. So he voted for him, but he was also known to back Bernie Sanders. So, I think he really does say what he means, and that's you vote for the policies. You find the policies that you like, and then you vote on them. But I think this is a very disrespectful of Bill Maher trying to force you on one, the night before your biggest night to endorse a political candidate. And I get it. 2024 is supposed to be crazy. Like, this is supposed to be the craziest year. But I think what this shows, and now I don't know if it's a conspiracy that he was arrested because he spoke out against Hollywood and LA and the LA Life. I don't believe that.
This is what I thought. I said he got an FTA, failure to appear, that they've been coming to his house, or he been traveling, because he do travel. I mean, they stay on the road, and they could not tie him down, get him to serve it. And when they found
because
out,
they were very like hush hush about why they were arresting him. Yeah. But I think now, as of like 7 hours ago, it looks like that was the assault on the security guard at the Grammys. But they show the video and it doesn't look like an assault to me.
Right. But they could have got him after he came out of this show right here, the show that you just showed. They didn't have to wait till he got to the Grammys, if that was what it was.
That's true too. But then again, that might have been taped. That might have been taped. That might not have been live. It been taped, and and then played.
Yeah, well, so I mean, this was a live. The Bill Maher show was a live show the night before the Grammy Awards, but the assault happened at the Grammys.
See, it would have been more conspiracies if he would have got arrested. Black man getting arrested at a white man, especially after he was. Are you gonna vote?
Yeah. But no. He assaulted somebody at the Grammys.
Dang. But that don't even seem like him, though.
I didn't see nothing.
He assaulted. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. But I guess the security guard allegedly, like, listen, it's very hush hush. Like the media, TMZ doesn't even have a good write up on this.
Didn't know who he was. He didn't have his credentials out that he was an award recipient or whatever.
Right.
And he might have.
Well, he said he pushed by him. Yeah. Like what I read was that he pushed by him. Because he said, quote, "I don't have time for this." I mean, now this alleged, and it was a citizen's arrest report, but I can't imagine LAPD, as much as LAPD has been like pretty hands off of arresting anybody for any reason, that why LAPD would want to go in on a big night like this and arrest somebody, unless, and that's where I guess like, and now the person who's put this conspiracy out, and that was from his show. Josh, who was it that I sent you that link from that posted that? I put it in the private chats. And that way we can give him credit where credit's due. But he was another black man talking about the conspiracy, saying that like this would not have happened. Like it really feels like this happened because he would not endorse Biden in LA on one of their biggest late night shows, and now we're going to discredit him like they've discredited several other celebrities, Russell Brand, Brandon Tatum, what's the black Candace Owens, they're constantly going after Candace Owens. So it's been very, I get where the conspiracy theory of it is coming from, but I also just think it's extremely disrespectful to even bring politics or try to grab. But here's why they're doing it. Here's why Bill Maher, because Democrats right now, 2024 election season, they are desperate. Right now, Trump is leading 47 to 42% in the polls. He has a massive lead over Biden in all major polls. Even NBC, CSNBC, as of this week, is starting to flip the script on Biden. I watched an interview where they went out and asked black people in Brooklyn why they were flopping to Trump and why they were fleeing to Trump. I think the overwhelming answer was money. I had more money when I was with Trump. I had more money from the grocery store, more money from gas, more money for my car. I mean, for my house, all the things. But Joe Biden came in 20 when the last election came in the primaries, he had 92% of the black vote. In the AP, in the same polls, the AP polls, which is one of the biggest polls out there, he's polling at 42% of the black vote. He went from 92% to 42%. And I think that they are desperate and they're going to silence any black man or woman who's trying to flop over to the Trump vote.
You say don't silence them. What do you mean?
Do exactly what they did here. Embarrass them, have them arrested for petty stuff. Make sure that they don't get any time on the news. Make sure that their voice isn't heard.
Who does Kanye West vote for? Who is he Trump? Is he?
Well, he
Trump?
was very anti-Bush.
Man,
yeah, he wore Make America
because I'm surprised it didn't make big news. He snatched the phone from a TMZ reporter and wouldn't give it back to her, and sat there, and they had called the police on him. Police walked up, and he actually chewed her out, and then finally gave her a phone and offered her a job, doubling her pay, and then walked off. Police didn't say a word to him, just stood there and watched it. He had a whole face mask on, had a whole like a ski mask over his whole face. Yeah. And I mean, he was talking. I mean, the lady had the phone and was videotaping. He just reached out and snatched it. And of course, that's an assault. And they showed up. He assaulted her. He took her phone. He refused to give her property back. And he just kept grilling her about stuff. And I mean, the police was there, and he told the police what happened. And he's like, "Did you assault her? Did you take her phone?" He just skipped that and kept on, and then handed her a phone.
But I mean, I don't. It's bizarre that they arrested him on a very small misdemeanor crime like this with no injuries, no thing in LA, which is like, in LA they won't arrest black people for anything right now.
Here's the thing: to me, something like that, he pushed me, officer. Okay, I'm gonna need you to go down to the magistrate officer and swear off a warrant.
Yeah, exactly. There was witnesses, so you know what I mean. Like he could have the witnesses or one or more witnesses, and I get it. But I mean, LA has a history of not charging people right now. That's why crime is like rampant in LA. So I mean, I get where the conspiracy theory is coming from, the silencing. Also, we had this week Whoopi Goldberg saying this. Now listen, I don't ever take anything that Whoopi Goldberg says as serious. But there's a lot of women, there's a lot of people who listen to Whoopi Goldberg and hang on what she says. And as a white dude, again, maybe I don't have a say in this because I'm a white dude. And that's why you're here to give your opinion. But like, I don't know, I would find this extremely, if my race was under as much scrutiny or under the microscope as much as the black race is, I would have a real problem with this. I mean, if somebody said this about my culture or my race, I would be offended by it. I'd like to get you guys' opinion on it. Josh, play Whoopi Goldberg's speech from this week, would you?
Current era of black Republicans is grifters, and I say that's the right word for them. But you need to explain to people what you mean when you say it, and what made you decide to write this book?
Well, first and foremost, I wrote this book because I care about this country, and I've been so saddened at the direction that it's going in under the Republican Party. It's really broke my heart. And when you think about the original black Republicans, they were the first.
Where it's going under the Republican Party, by the way, we're not under the Republican Party right now. We're under the Democrat Party. So I don't know what he's referring to as this country is going under the Republican Party, because we're not under the Republican Party at the moment. But go ahead, keep playing it.
It's grifters, and I say that's the right word for them. But you need to explain to people what you mean when you say it, and what made you decide to write this book?
Well, first and foremost, I wrote this book because I care about this country, and I've been so saddened at the direction that it's going in under the Republican Party. It's really broke my heart. And when you think about the original black Republicans, they were the first progressives. They were the ones that pushed Abraham Lincoln into emancipation. They were the ones that forced him into glory. After the Civil War, they are forming communities that will help black folks and poor white folks. So I wanted to examine, how did black Republicans go from Frederick Douglass to Clarence Thomas? How did we get here? How did we get here? And so what I realized,
he dropped all the way to Clarence Thomas. I'm like, oh Lord.
Keep going.
Is now the current version they are grifters. And what I mean by that is somebody who is hustling and scheming that will say anything and do anything to get access to power, even if it means demeaning your own community. And in many ways, they provide racial cover for the issues in the Republican Party. So this book is also about the downward spiral of racial politics in the GOP.
Okay, so you can bring us back up full speed. So if you're a black Republican or you're a black person voting for anybody that's not a Democrat, then you're a grifter. Grift. A grift. GRIFTERS, which he's saying is a hustler or a schemer trying to get ahead for power. I can't think of a more totalitarian thing to say. It's like that would be absurd. That's insanity to me that you would tell a whole race that you cannot. I mean, essentially, you're saying you cannot vote outside of the Democratic Party, or you're a grifter. You are a power hungry schemer. Like, and we're gonna put this on public TV. Whoopi Goldberg's gonna say that. If I'm a black person, I'd be like, "Are you fucking serious, bitch?" Like, I don't. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
So,
if you don't vote for the Democrats, then you're a grifter. You're a schemer, a scuzzy schemer that's just trying to run for. What's the term for that? House
nigga.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. I mean,
well, I think I would have been one of those anyway because I can cook. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, that grifter. So
you better not vote for
so
Republican.
Okay, when I was registered to vote, I was in high school.
Yeah.
And maybe I wasn't paying attention. I think it was social studies or whatever it was, they would tell me. I didn't know. So the person they would come to the school, and if you were I think it was 18 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they came to me and I was like, what's the difference? And it was like the person that came must have been a Democrat.
Sure.
But because it was like, well, just remember the Democrats are for the people. And I was like, okay, so I'm figuring I'm the people. And so that's how I started voting Democrat. But as things went along, one time I wanted to vote another way and I couldn't. They had me as a Republican. I don't know how. Sure. But maybe being honest, maybe I should have left it that way.
Yeah.
Because right now, and I don't care who knows it, and I guess I'm a grifter, I'm going to vote for Trump.
Well, it's funny. The Hodge twins.
You just came out and just said you're voting for
gonna
who?
Give me a mega. No, I ain't gonna do all that. But I'm gonna vote for President Trump. And then what confirmed it was when the Killer Mike said, "Close your eyes and look." And I'm like, "This is it." I have people in my family that vote for Trump, but they still say President Trump, but he's not the president right now. President Biden is.
Well, I mean,
but
a lot of times what they do is, if you were president, they would still call you president.
Yeah, they still say it. They're like, he's still the president. Yeah. But so he still was a president. But either way, still, I'm gonna vote for him. But people have been saying stuff, and it's like, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, it makes sense, and I think I'm gonna vote for him.
I got a friend, the Hodge twins, which are two black comedians. They're called the Hodge twins. Yeah, you've seen them. They said that like the hardest thing that they've ever done in Hollywood, and they said this in 2016. They said the hardest thing they ever did in Hollywood was come out as conservatives. And he says, man, he's like, you would have been like, you would have thought we was out sucking dicks or something. Like, dude, I should have brought that up. But he was like, they'd be like, oh, please tell me you're sucking dicks and you're not Republican. You know, he was like, they were really funny when they came out, but they were like, yeah. And then my buddy, conservative aunt, who I do the Wednesday show here with now, and I also do a conspiracy theory show with, he's writing a book called Coming Out Twice. And he says, because he came out in the very early 2000s as being a homosexual. And he said, but what was worse than coming out as a homosexual was coming out as a conservative. He said, I got way more hate from people saying that I'm a conservative than I ever did from being gay. And he was like, and you know who gives me the most hate out of any genre of human? Other like LGBTQ plus. It's like they have like the patent on who you have to vote for and have to do, or you don't get to be in their club.
Because which party is for the LGBTQT?
I think it's Democrats.
Democrats?
I mean, I think traditionally the Democrats are the ones in the early 2000s pushing for like gay marriage, but I don't know that it was like a huge ticket. That was more for the 90s as a big ticket item there. Just like abortion is the big ticket item here today. But I think it was all misrepresented. And
it's funny though, because like I said, I guess when it come to voting, when they say, "Oh, who you voting? You voting Democrat?" To me, it seemed like Democrats back in the day when I first, signed up to vote, Democrats the one that approach me more than Republicans and try to sell me on
even when
their
you go
party
to vote,
beliefs.
Yeah,
and
you
all
go
that.
to vote, they will come up to you. But it's almost, to me, I feel like the reason you shouldn't go by nobody's color, but I feel like the reason they didn't come to me because they probably figure, oh, she gonna vote Democrat anyway. Not realizing if you came to me and told me whatever, like somebody running for school or whatever, those different things, whatever. One little girl came up and she actually sold her daddy to me, and he was a Republican. But yeah, and I voted for him. What she talked about her dad and stuff, and it might have been a lie.
But I think it's okay to flop. Like he said, I don't think you have to pick it. It's not like a team like the Dallas Cowboys with the Steelers.
well,
I mean,
it's just
you
like-
got to vote on the policies that are important to you.
Like voting, I don't do the straight ticket.
Yeah.
A lot of people, Democrat, they could be running for school council and be like, hey, vote Democrat, straight down, straight ticket. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna vote who I was listening to, and if they Republican, oh well, if they liberal, whatever. I'm like that. That's how I do it. I don't just go straight ticket because not every Democrat are the same. You know what I'm saying? They beliefs ain't the same. They just all just because they fall under the Democrat thing. Yeah. And just like what I said with this right here, what Killer Mike opened my eyes up to what he just said. That statement made great sense. I mean, close your eyes, listen to the policy. Don't look, at the color of their skin. If it's a black man,
right? Because when you start looking at the color of their skin, you get people like Kamala Harris, who has the lowest approval rating of any vice president in the history of vice presidents. She's terrible. She's done not one single. She has not accomplished one thing. Everybody knows it. And she didn't even win her votes in California, which was her home state. Right? So she got 0.2% of the votes. She couldn't even make it into the race with the amount of votes. But she's our vice president. It's absolutely bonkers. But listen, Killer Mike's not the only person that was arrested this week. We've got retired porn star Lisa Ann. If anybody is not familiar with Lisa Ann,
pull up a picture. What she look like?
I got it.
I'm yelling at her now.
What she look like?
Damn, I didn't know she played basketball. She played basketball?
Can somebody, what's called, Photoshop me in there and take her out?
Oh, take her out, put you in there? Damn, would you take two dudes at one time?
No, sir.
Well, she's about to. And then what is this guy doing in the background here? What's this poor Indian fella doing back here? He's just going to be the watcher, I guess. Yeah. He's going to be the watcher. He's the fluffer. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Lisa Ann, she was a porn star who was made it kind of famous for doing the Sarah Palin lookalike pornography.
Retired.
Yeah, she's retired at 51 years old. Still single, by the way. Still single.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, well, she was just on the Drinking Bros.
Marry a porn star?
No.
Whether she retired or not. Could you?
Matter of fact, my buddy did a blind date with a chick. Ends up making out with her on the first date in the movies, like the whole time. She's rubbing his crotch, doing the whole 9 yards, making out. And he was just like, look, I don't go back to my house on the first date, especially blind date.
Said that?
Yeah, he's like super. This dude is like the most in shape, healthy dude I've ever met. He looks like Bruce Lee. Like everything he puts into his body is like he treats his body like
but
it's.
He won't hit it on the first night.
No. And he's like, frankly, he didn't want to even make out with her, but he says he got done. And
this is before he knew she was a porn star.
Yes, so he didn't know it was a blind date and everything. So he goes back and they're like, dude, did you smash? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, dude, but she was like making out and trying to give me like a hand job in the theater. It was like very aggressive. And they were all laughing. They were like, dude, she's a fucking ex-porn star. And he was like, what? And they were like, yeah. And so they bring up some of the clips in the locker room. He was a cop. Bro, he got mad. He was like, why would you guys not let me know? He's like, I can't believe I just made out with her. Like, that's disgusting. He's like, I don't know how many dicks have been in her mouth, like probably thousands at this point. And he's like, and I just made out with her. Ugh, and he was using germophobia. He was super upset. But she was just on the Drinking Bros. Will Craig says that the interview on the Drinking Bros was awesome. I was able to catch just the end of it about 30 minutes before today's show. I didn't know they were having her on, and I was really excited. But she was giving dating advice, and so I had to go on the Instagrams and leave a comment. But she was giving dating advice, and I was like, well, she's still single. And I think part of the reason why she's still single is because last night a retired porn star was put into in handcuffs and escorted out of the Matt Rife comedy show for drunken disorderly. This is coming from TMZ. Ex-porn star Lisa Ann says NYPD officers dragged her out of the comedian Matt Rife show for allegedly using her phone and threatened to put her on a psychiatric hold. A move cops claim was warranted because she was acting drunk and disorderly. Now, Lisa, she went to her Twitter. Let's see what she said.
Your audio just cut out. right as you said.
If
Twitter.
I stay off of the link for so long, it does. I need to get another monitor in here, Josh. We'll get one this week for you guys. If it goes out, tell me again. She says that she opted for arrest, but the cops told her there was no one available to take her to the station, so they called for an ambulance. And while they waited over 45 minutes, she claims the cops humiliated her by holding her in handcuffs on 6th Avenue. Now the NYPD tells us that they've gotten a call for someone being disorderly and interrupting the show, and the responding officers thought she seemed off, like she might have been having a psychiatric episode due to her erratic behavior. They also said the Radio City staff had said that she had had a couple of drinks. Now listen, she's taken to the Twitters, and the ex is just completely defending herself, saying that the cops were out of line. She wasn't doing anything. She's trying to have a good time, and she was just tweeting on her phone. She was just texting somebody on her phone, and the cops had no reason to.
So you mean to tell me? So, but still though, who the fuck is Matt Rife?
I don't know.
Like a very extremely popular, funny comedian.
I mean, he all right. I'm not gonna bash another comedian. I'm not gonna pull no Cat Williams on nobody. But I mean, still, it happens every show, everybody's show. You don't get them arrested. I can see.
I don't think Matt Rife got arrested.
I can see if she was up snapping pictures or whatever, then the club,
Yeah, but like, do you think that there's probably more to the story? Like, you think NYPD would show up and even waste their time with some shit unless she was just fucking batshit crazy?
It had to be something.
He's like we said before, you and I know we've worked these shows, and we let people get nutsos, and we give them so many opportunities to chill. And if anything, we just let the security guards take them out back and whoop the shit out of them.
See, I think too is because somebody recognized who she was, and they'll call it.
But she might have been on the front row.
I don't think anybody gave a shit. I don't think they cared who she was. I think people were just like, would this bitch just shut the fuck up? You know what I mean? Like, you're at a comedy show and she's probably trying to heckle him. I bet you there's so much more to this story.
She wouldn't have won in the heckling. I give Matt Rife. I mean, he can take care of his own.
Yeah, he buried her.
So he's good at crowd work, and he would have got her. And that might have happened. He might have got her. You know, was hitting her up, and boom, she was like trying to get louder than he was with the microphone, and they had to escort her ass out, and that's when she got to cutting up even more. But
yeah, I mean, David J says that someone is trying to cancel Matt Rife. Anyways, yeah, after his Netflix special, making some domestic violence jokes, and it was like everybody is trying to cancel. They say that he went the toxic.
Comedy is subjective. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love Richard Pryor and think he is the father of comedy, stand-up comedy, there's a lot of people that don't like Richard Pryor. Right. There's a lot of people that maybe heard of his name but don't know his background, don't know of him, and would be like, well, I don't like Richard Pryor because I don't know nothing of him or whatever. I like Sam Kinison, or I'm into somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, okay, well, I'm a Ralphie May fan. Okay, I like you.
Well, I love Ralphie May.
You like his style. Yeah. Comedians have different styles. All three of us have different styles of comedy. That's what makes a badass comedy show a real. When I say badass, good. That's the good. A good ass comedy show, because I'm not sitting there watching three comedians that's doing the same type of shit or type of material, delivering it the same way, punchline, blah blah blah. We all have these three distinct styles. And when you put that together, it's great. And Matt Rife is a funny dude. He's a funny dude. And like you said, what you're talking about, canceling. Yeah, I mean, again, he got a Netflix special. I wish I could get a Netflix special. Yeah. You know, he got a Netflix special. When you right now in these day and times, if you get a Netflix special stand up, you made it. You made it. Yeah. You get a Netflix stand-up comedy special.
No, but do you think that Lisa? You think this Lisa Ann? You think there's more to the story? Do you think she was generally just?
She probably high. Yes,
she's probably acting up though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine NYPD taking any time. They wouldn't put her in handcuffs for 45 minutes. Yeah. Listen, we deal with this stuff all the time. Cops aren't these like tyrants that are just like.
Have you been to New York, folks?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, pretty much they had officers be everywhere.
Oh yeah.
They everywhere out there. Yeah. Right. They everywhere. But it's not like if they had to call them that, like with us, we at the station in the room, in the squad room, shoot the shit, and then we run to the car and go to the place.
Right.
They're there. Yeah. So shit, officer probably witnessed her cutting up and then stepped in. You know, they had caught officers over here, and then they took her ass on.
Yeah,
you know, so
I ain't got time for
I'm
that.
not lost, but somebody said something about they might have called her out, and then she tried to like go off, and that's probably what happened. She probably stole it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to know. Like, all we can do is speculate until more of the story comes out. But it doesn't seem to me that like Matt Rife gave a shit because he hasn't put out a statement yet. Right. And she's, you know, allegedly is friends with Matt Rife. So, you know, I that's why I don't think Matt Rife probably had anything to do with it. It was probably, you know, how it goes. Like, you know, like that David Allen Coe concert. You know, like we let those people get drunk and rowdy. It's a drunk and rowdy. We've never made an arrest, but like sometimes if somebody goes way too far, we're like, damn, dude, like you went way too far. Like there's a line you fucking crossed.
And I've done it where I gave them so many breaks. They done fucked up so much where even their crowd of people rowdy just like them, but they was like, yo, officer, you ought to lock his ass up.
Yeah.
Look, you fucking up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When we were
so many chances. Officer, if I were you, I'd go ahead and lock his ass up.
When we were at that David Allen Coe concert, they were like, lock him up.
Yeah.
Lock him up. Like you're talking about the rowdiest rednecks on the planet, David Allen Coe.
And I was
like,
I think I was
gangs.
the only black guy there.
And they were yelling, lock him up. And you and I beat the fucking brake. Well, I beat the brakes off of them. You pulled me off. But still one of my top 10 best beatdowns as a cop. Senpai Vincent says that he heard from someone that she wasn't on her phone, but she was being loud and annoying. Yeah, I mean, I'm going off of the phone thing because that's what she tweeted out, that she was like, I can't believe I was just on my phone and texting and the cops were completely blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like, yeah, bitch, there's probably way more to that story than that. Like, just own it though. Listen, like, have I been drunk and out of control before? Yeah. Should I have gone to jail? Sure. If there wouldn't have been a set of railroad tracks for me to run down and get away, I probably would have been locked up for drunk and disorderly at one time. But what I don't want to tell on myself too much, but you know, we've all been there. And I think if you do get hooked up for drunk and disorderly, then you just kind of own it. Like, just take it on the chin. Don't try to make the cops out to be assholes or look bad, because it just makes you look even worse. Don't lie about it. Take it in the face like a porn star. Take it on the chin like a porn star and just move on with it. Last story of the night before we get there, we got a Marilyn Manson story tonight. Factor Meals. You just got your Factor Meals in the thing. Tell me about
right now.
Yeah, you got it in the mail?
I got my box here.
Got your box of Factor?
They already talking about for next month.
Yeah.
I mean, next week.
Next week.
I had to do my meals for next week. So I'm
I
excited.
haven't ordered any yet, but I'm going to do it just for support because you know, like I said, I know how to cook, so I kind of.
I'm telling you, when you try them, you can be like, ooh, this is good.
But I ain't gonna deny my own food.
Not deny your own food, but
it's
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What I like about it is I always wanted to try keto.
Okay,
but I don't cook keto because I don't know, you know.
Yeah, did you do the keto friendly?
So I did that.
Oh,
I mixed them up. I mixed them up with that keto, and then I did Protein Plus.
Yeah,
so I mixed them up.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're trying to get strong. You're trying to get
the one I did
thick.
No, I did the one with the carbs too, because I'm trying to, you know, with the
trying all the meals.
Because with diabetes, carbs, you got to count your carbs when you're diabetic. So I want to try all of it. But they actually have vegan or vegetarian meals.
They do.
I'm gonna try those too.
They got breakfast shakes, man. Right now, Factor Meals has got everything you need. Meal planning to the next level, so that you don't have to plan out your next week's meals. Very cost friendly and effective. By the time you drive to the grocery store, you buy everything, you drive back, you come back, you turn your stove on, you cook all the meals, you put them in the Pyrex, just to put them away in your refrigerator, pull them out, and you know, it's just chaos from there, and so a bunch of time wasted. You could just go on to factormeals.com/wolfpack50 for 50% off, and go through their menu items, new menu items almost every week, and pick out your new meals and have them fresh and never frozen, delivered right to your door. They're fresh, they're chef prepared, and we just love them. What are you doing over there? What is this? So I don't know. Jay brought this in. We're not sponsored by them, but he brought in Pussy Natural Energy Juice.
Hopefully they watching and will kick us a check or something. I mean,
it's produced in the UK.
Ooh, open it up. It's good.
I'm not drinking an energy drink at 9 o'clock at night.
Just sip it.
Well, I'll drink it tomorro for the whole thing when I wake up. I like to wake up to some pussy.
Jay, I told my wife you got me some pussy. And
I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up to some pussy.
Make sure you show her the can.
Dude, you want to touch my pussy?
No, I do not.
Come on, touch my pussy, Margaret.
Early when I made that face, because I'm looking like I got a pink drink, and y'all see that both of y'all got something.
And it's pink too.
Oh my Lord! Now how do I know that pink?
Yeah, come on, just touch my pussy. Oh, she's tapping my pussy.
It is good.
Help me, Lord.
You know what? You know where I like to consume my pussy.
It's natural too.
You know where I like to consume
it's natural ingredients. I bet it is.
You know where I like to consume my pussy? In my ghost bed. That's the only place I like to put the pussy in my mouth is in my ghost bed. Right now, ghost bed is offering 50% off through Valentine's Day. So if you want some Valentine's Day pussy energy drink, go to ghostbed.com/Wolfpack and get you sleep so good it's scary. Valentine's Day right around the corner. Get the gift. Get your partner the gift that keeps on giving and giving and giving, and that's not the gift of an STD, but the gift of a good night's sleep. I can't be interrupted during the ad read, or we won't get paid.
To you, so I
Point.
Mind.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Meals. Factors have
We're going
a
back to
special,
Factor?
Yeah, they have a special Facebook Valentine's Day meal.
Oh, do they?
It's like $49.99.
Oh shit! Does it come with wine?
Meal. Yeah, everything. And I'm serious.
For a whole meal? You mean for a whole week?
No, just the meal.
Yeah, like
for
a Valentine's Day
meal for two.
Oh,
say like if I want to wine and dine, I'll bring out the good china and not the plastic shit, and I put it up there and put a Factor meal on it.
And make you look like you bought it,
right?
And then lay her down on that ghost bed. When I
sir.
get you in my bed tonight, baby,
Who sang that?
I'll hold you down and never ever let you go.
Somebody signed it.
We both gonna have some little bit of pussy. Factor meal.
Is it gay if she eats the pussy?
No.
I mean, drinks the pussy? Is that
No.
We're talking about an energy drink.
I'm telling you,
We're just talking about an energy drink here. We're not even talking about anything perverted. So.
I'll stick to the Monster, but I haven't drunk any Monster.
My first time eating and drinking some pussy was a woman taught me.
Now, when you're drinking that pussy, does it get all over your beard? Does the pussy stick to your beard?
I'm in the zone out for a minute.
Hey, does my breath smell like pussy?
That's your wife.
She'd be like, what was it? Like, make sure you go after you drink it, brush. You might want to brush.
Is your wife? Is you okay?
You smell like
Hey, just hand this to me really quick. Just hand it to me. Just hand it to me. Just hand it to me. Hand me that. Pass me the pussy. Come on, pass it to me.
Pass him.
Hand it to me.
Pass him the pussy.
Damn, I get to tell my wife now that Margaret gave me some pussy. Hell yeah.
Is that how it's really pronounced?
Yeah.
That's what Pussy.
It's probably that right there.
Poussoir. Because it's UK. It's from the UK, so it's probably Poussoir.
No, it was funny, man, how I came across it.
Yeah, how'd you get your hands on this pussy?
Years ago.
Oh, it's made with beet sugar.
Years ago.
Lime juice.
Oh, it's good.
It's actually got good ingredients: carbonated water, beet sugar, lime juice,
It's got blackberries in it.
and natural flavorings and caffeine.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's some good pussy. Oh, passion fruit and leech.
Yes. But I'm just saying, it was a joke that Bernie Mac, one of the best ever to do it, he made a joke. He said, I love pussy. I drink it by the pound. So I wish they bottle that up. You know, he was talking about bottling up pussy, and I said, that's a good idea. You know, like that, jokingly thinking, man, what if they had a drink called that? And sure enough, I was joking about it, talking to somebody, and somebody, man, they do say that. I said,
You know what?
Man, you lying.
I was trying to figure out what the design was on here. It is a scorpion, so this pussy must sting. Does this pussy sting?
But I mean, it was just so. I was like, man, I saw it.
Damn, 80 milligrams of caffeine.
I bought a case of this shit.
Not recommended for children, pregnant, or nursing women, and persons sensitive to caffeine. So you got to be over 18 to consume this pussy.
You better drink it in here, because if you take it in the house, and how old are your kids?
10. Well, they're too young for pussy.
That's what I'm saying. They get old and be like, Dad,
but teach them about it.
Hey, boys, let me teach y'all.
My 5-year-old nephew can say it just as clear as day. My sister mad at me today. Right now, she's still mad at me because I said, he's 5 years old. I said, what happened was he came home and she was like, can you get him ready? You know, I was babysitting. She said, can you make sure he take a bath? I'd be like, all right, run his water, had little bubbles in it. This little motherfucker done went in there and got toys all in there. He playing with toys and got his little boat, you know, going around. I said, hey, you in there washing your ass? And he looked at me. He said, I said, get that rag and wash your nuts. And he bust out laughing.
Yeah.
I said, and lift up your ball sack and right in between it and get the crack of your ass. But start with your face, wash your face and go down. Don't come up and down. Go down like that. And he laughed the whole time because it was just funny to him. So then I was like, yeah. And then I started telling him about the female part.
Why?
I said pussy. I say,
Why did you have to tell him about that?
I just did. I just, and it was funny. The next day, my sister came home and I was like, yeah, I got it. He said, Mommy, Uncle Rail said pussy. And I'm like, and now my sister looked at me and she said, I knew it had to be you. I knew you said it. And, I told him. I said, what you gonna tell him? It's a penis and a vagina. I said, he gonna get picked on at school if he say that.
Dude, we watched Kindergarten Cop. I didn't realize it's rated PG. That movie is not PG. There's like nudity in it and all sorts of stuff. But it was pretty fun. They were talking about gynecologists and everything. But no, by the way, today my kids drew a picture of a man with his legs spread, and then they put it over our water machine and taped it. So when you go to get the water, it looks like the man is peeing into your cup. I thought that was very creative. My wife wasn't happy, but I thought it was very creative. Last story, speaking of pussies, Marilyn Manson's back in the news. I can't believe he's still relevant. Like, I haven't heard of Marilyn Manson since
gay.
Probably is.
But they said he's been sued by numerous women for sexual assault.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, damn.
And the one chick was from Game of Thrones, the chick that plays the prostitute at the One Kingdom prostitute, the head prostitute chick. Yeah, like she's suing him for sexual assault. He settled with her actually. It's already done. Coming out against him. But Marilyn Manson completed his 20 hours of community service after he was sentenced for allegedly blowing his nose at a camera woman in New Hampshire at a New Hampshire concert in 2019. Source closest to the legal team say that's pretty fucking hateful, man. That's pretty hateful that you have to blow snot. Hey, Josh, are you able to bring up an article of that? Just type in Marilyn Manson blows snot or finish his community service. That way I can read it off of here and it doesn't cut me off. And by the way, thank you so much to Dead Leg Media for producing our show tonight. He's with me every Wednesday as well for Last Call, the political news. He's a host on that show. So big shout out to Dead Leg for helping us out tonight. But anyway, Fulcanator in the chat says he got rid of his bass player because of assault, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm not like a huge Marilyn Manson dude. I'm not like all caught up on there. Here we go. This is from People Magazine. Marilyn Manson completed, scroll back up there for me. Let's see here. Yep. Marilyn Manson completes community service after pleading no contest to blowing his nose on videographer. So now I looked up the whole no contest thing, and I guess that if you plead no contest, you're not actually you're not admitting guilt.
Right.
That's weird.
I guess it's accepting responsibility, but you're not saying you did it. It's like, okay,
I got you.
I'd break you off some money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did it, but I didn't do it. In other words, it's like, you motherfucker.
But blowing, yeah. So he blows his nose at somebody and he gets 20 hours community service. Now I don't know if anybody cares about this or not.
He's in the hospital if he would have blew his damn nose on me.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, what kind of pussy just takes that? Like, I don't care if I'm a cameraman or anything. Like, you fucking bite me, spit on me, or blow snot at me, I'm gonna break your fucking jaw.
It's a different, like you say, it's a different level.
Because daddy ain't raised no pussy.
Spitting. This is 1 through 3, okay?
All right.
Third level, spit on me.
I'll fuck you up.
Second level, blow snot on me.
I'll fuck you up.
First, piss on me.
Oh,
because you know that there's been stories people just whip it out and pee on somebody.
I had a dude. I've not had nobody pee on me, but I did tackle a dude, and then he shit himself because of his adrenaline dump while I was sitting on him, and he got on my inner thighs of my police pants, and I was like, man, it smells like, oh my god. I was like, dude, you just shit yourself? He goes, I defecated. Yeah. And I was
I did, yeah. I had a guy shit. He robbed. What's the store that was on New Bern? Not New Bern. It was on right there.
It don't matter. People on the jazz, they don't know.
No more. It's not there no more. They actually moved it. It's gone.
Who cares?
Where the Rose is at now.
Right. Oh yeah.
Well, I forgot the name of this grocery store, but the security dudes were
Kroger.
And we went up there and dude, his misdemeanor. His daggone shoplifting turned into a robbery because he tried to, once you come out and he pulled out a little pocket knife, they got to wrestle him. I was right around the corner and went and we got him down, got him in handcuffs, put him in the car. I leave, get information, come back to the car, got in the car. I'm like, oh shit. I had to roll all 4 windows down because I had heat on too. Ooh, he done shit on himself.
Tequila Peoples gave me a trifecta. Ooh. She had her period, shit, and pissed in my backseat. Smeared it all over my cage. Gave me the trifecta. Yeah. She's a bitch. I made that name up, by the way. It's not a real name. I didn't say her real name.
So plain, just like
it was gross. It was gross. But that a funny story about that Kroger though. I actually had to watch surveillance footage of a dude jerking off in that Kroger. He was on like a toy aisle, and he gave himself a handy J, and he jizzed right on the floor.
Was he looking at Barbie?
Huh?
What was he doing?
I don't know what he was looking at. I couldn't.
He-Man.
But they wanted me to go down there and scrape the evidence. I was like, no, get over there and mop it. They're like, yeah, we left. I said, wait. I was like, did y'all leave the stuff on the floor? Or did y'all clean it up? No, man, we left it there so you could get the evidence. I was like, ain't no need for that, man. Just go mop it up.
Take a picture and that's
like I've seen this.
I would notate.
Yeah, you can see the penis there. Hey guys, listen, we've had a fun time with y'all tonight. If you want to follow us, head over to Failure to Stop Uncuffed on Instagram, and you can private chat with us there. We also have the FTS _Wolfpack private Facebook group, which is blowing up. We've moved from Discord to that because we get tons more action there, and there's some subgroups in there. There's the Wolfpack fitness weight loss group in there, the FTS Wolfpack group. Yeah, it's ran by Bosco Autry and Fulcanator, so we really love those guys, big super fans. They've always been super loyal to us, and I hear that Bosco did some podcasting with some of us this week. Tomorrow I will be on One American News Network. I believe that show goes out tomorrow night, but I'll be on an interview tomorrow. So if you guys want to catch it on One American News Network, I'll post a clip or a reel later on. But if you want to check out One American News Network, also if you want to join our Patreon account, tons of extra content. Our political news, we're now doing once a week on for free, and then once a week as well or more. Depending on all the political news that's going down on Patreon. That Patreon money helps us get new microphones, new cameras, new sets, new everything, helps pay for our meetups, everything like that. So for all the people who are out there, 99% of you guys are listeners. We only have a handful of people who actually watch or pay to watch. We got all the paid members out here in the chats today on Rumble. We've got some on YouTube. So big shout out to all those guys: Will Cray, Meat Potatoes, David J, Loren, Bosco, Johnny, whoever that is. Thank you guys so much for being there. We really appreciate all you guys. If you're one of the listeners that we have, I think we get about 60,000 a month. It would be great to have 60,000 ratings and reviews. I think we're up to 17 or 1,800 on iTunes, and then I don't know how many we're at, 1,100 on Spotify. We'd love to bump those numbers up. So if you're consuming this for free, we're not asking you for money. We're not asking you for a tip. All we're asking for is a 5-star rating and review on Spotify or iTunes. That helps us out in the algorithm, helps us grow this show so that we can keep entertaining first responders 5 days a week. We've got a Mother's Day comedy show coming up at Instill Distilling Company. All three of us will be performing there. We're trying to lock down some other comedy events as well. So AK Guns 907 says, what is all this? Looks like he's coming from Rumble. That's a Rumble chat. So we appreciate you on the Rumbles there, guys. From myself, from Margaret Owens and Jay Darrell White. Always funny and always hilarious folks here. This has been Uncuffed. The more you know, the better you'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. All right. Oh, wait, no, please pray for Miss Owens here. She just has come out as conservative. There's going to be very trying and hard times for her.
Go Trump.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. All right, guys.
You look good in red, don't you? Red and white hat.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys. Until next time. Cheers.